Night settles on Wendy's apartment as a gentle rain kisses the window, blurring the outside world. Wendy, her face etched with melancholy, gazes into the rainy darkness, lost in thought. Soft piano music fills the room, each note a whisper of the secrets yet to unfold. This is Wendy's story, a tale of love, sacrifice, and a secret that would change everything. The narrator intones, setting the stage for an emotional journey. In the cozy family home, sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating a scene of domestic warmth. Wendy, a bright college student, shares a joyous laugh with her parents, their faces glowing with affection. Her father, a civil servant, sits contentedly, the rustle of newspaper pages filling the air as he reads. Her mother, a schoolteacher, carefully grades papers, her dedication evident in her focused expression. Wendy grew up in a loving home. They weren't rich, but they were happy, echoes the narrator, painting a portrait of simple, heartfelt contentment. The ticking clock echoes in the somber silence of Wendy's family home, a stark counterpoint to the rustling papers spread across the table. Wendy's parents sit with defeated expressions, shadows cast long by the dim light, their faces etched with worry. A heavy sigh breaks the stillness, laden with unspoken fears and the weight of their despair. Then, everything changed. Her parents lost their jobs, victims of corruption. The narrator's voice whispers, sealing their fate. Wendy, unseen, presses her ear against the bedroom door, straining to decipher her parents' muffled words. Her mother's eyes, heavy with exhaustion, reflect the weight of unspoken fears. Her father's shoulders tremble, a silent storm of suppressed sobs revealing the depth of their despair. Narrator, VO. Their savings vanished, rent went unpaid, and Wendy had to drop out of college. Sunlight streams into the cozy living room, highlighting the floral patterns of the old sofa. Agnes clutches the phone, her knuckles white against the plastic. Her face is a mask of worry, etched with lines of desperation and fear. Let Frank marry Wendy, she pleads, her voice trembling with urgency. He's doing well in Germany. She will be safe. In the dim light of her bedroom, Wendy sits on the edge of her bed, a visible storm brewing within her. Held gently in her hands is a photograph. A ghost of a smile plays on her lips as she gazes at Stanley's image. Her fingers trace the contours of his face, each touch a silent echo of shared moments and unspoken promises. The narrator's voice whispers through the room, a somber prophecy hanging in the air. She had Stanley, her first love. A tear streaks down her cheek, blurring Stanley's cheerful face, as the weight of her decision settles upon her. But she made the hardest choice of her life, the narrator concludes, leaving Wendy alone with her memories and her heavy heart. Sunlight streams through stained glass windows, illuminating a simple church wedding. Frank, his face beaming with happiness, stands at the altar with Wendy, a vision of radiant joy in her wedding dress. From the back, Stanley watches, his eyes reflecting a storm of longing and despair. Wendy's smile hints at an underlying sadness, a secret known only to her. She said yes to Frank, a voice narrates, a new beginning. But her heart bled for Stanley. In the cozy confines of Wendy's apartment, Wendy and Frank share a table, a silent tableau of companionship. Plates of food sit between them, a simple backdrop to the unspoken emotions swirling in the room. Frank's soft smile reflects a deep affection as his eyes remain fixed on Wendy. Frank was a good man, the narrator's voice echoes, painting a picture of unwavering love and support for Wendy's dreams. Wendy sits in the lecture hall, her brow furrowed as she focuses intently on the speaker. Sunlight floods through the tall windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, a stark contrast to the weighty thoughts occupying her mind. Narrator's voice echoes, unseen but ever present. He sent her back to school, providing every comfort. The comfort feels like a gilded cage, the sunlight a reminder of a world she's been kept from. Wendy sits hunched over her laptop, the screen's glow illuminating her face in the dim bedroom. Her fingers fly across the keyboard as she navigates the banking website, her brow furrowed in concentration. A nervous glance towards the door betrays her secret act, confirming she is alone in her endeavor. With a decisive click, a sum of money is transferred, sealing her clandestine transaction. Narrator, V.O. But Wendy was secretly supporting Stanley, who had fallen on hard times. Inside the bustling coffee shop, Wendy extends money towards Stanley. Stanley accepts the money, his eyes reflecting gratitude mixed with profound relief. "I don't know how to thank you, Wendy," Stanley says, his voice thick with emotion. Wendy smiles softly, her expression warm and encouraging. "Just focus on your studies, Stanley," Wendy replies, her words carrying a gentle reassurance. 3 years on, Wendy now lives in a luxurious German apartment with Frank. Sunlight floods through expansive windows, highlighting the sleek, modern decor. Opulence surrounds her, yet a sense of unease lingers in the air. The narrator's voice echoes the internal conflict. She lived in luxury, but her heart was still divided. Wendy's face is a mixture of emotions, as luxury and internal conflict collide. In her German office, Wendy focuses intently on her work, the morning light casting long shadows across her desk. The ringing of the telephone cuts through the quiet hum of the office. Wendy lifts the receiver, her expression serious as she prepares to make a confidential call. Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper as she begins to speak into the phone. "I have a friend who needs help with a visa," Wendy murmurs, her eyes scanning the room as if checking for eavesdroppers. The fate of her friend hangs in the balance as Wendy carefully navigates the delicate request. At a bustling German airport, Stanley arrives, a figure amidst the hurried crowd. Wendy steps forward, her face breaking into a warm, welcoming smile as she approaches Stanley. An unseen presence fills the air with suspicion as Frank's voice echoes from afar. "Wendy, who's this?" Wendy's smile falters momentarily, a flicker of unease crossing her face. Stanley watches Wendy, a question forming in his mind as he awaits her response. An awkward silence fills Wendy and Frank's apartment as they sit around the dinner table with Stanley. Frank happily munches away, oblivious to the palpable tension. Wendy pointedly avoids eye contact, a storm brewing beneath her placid surface. Stanley stares intently at Frank, the narrator's voice echoing ominously. The truth was coming, knocking. In the dim apartment, Frank and Wendy stand as distant figures, shadows lengthening around them, thick with unease. Frank's face is a canvas of hurt and suspicion, his eyes searching, questioning. Wendy's hands are clasped tight, a silent storm raging within her as she avoids Frank's intense gaze. "Who is he really, Wendy? What's going on?" Frank's voice cracks, the question hanging heavy in the air. Wendy remains silent, her unspoken words amplifying the tension.